So in this segment, we're going to be talking about Tory members threatening to leave the party after being denied a vote on the leadership. This is genuinely great news for everyone else, because if there is a big split within the Tory party, it makes it easier for kind of centre-left and left-wing parties to win seats, because the Tory vote will be split. This is one of the main problems we had back in 2019. Had the Reform Party, or whatever they called the Brexit Party, run against the Tories in Tory seats, they would have been in a lot of danger. Tens of thousands of Tory members will leave the party in anger at being denied a vote on the next leader, Sunak. The party have been warned. Ben Harris-Quinney, chairman of the Bow Group, the Conservative think tank, said the decision to bar members was a terrible advert for the Conservative Party. But the problem is, members weren't barred from voting. It was just no other Tory MP could get over 100 votes. Apparently Penny Mordaunt got 90. But the fact remained that, the Tory MPs knew, I guess you can argue, the Tory MPs knew that Rishi Sunak would not win on the ballot if it went to the membership, predominantly, I think, in my opinion, because of his skin colour. But the point is, they knew he would win, so they set up the rules so Sunak could win way easier. But the fact is, if these members were smart, they would have lobbied their MP to try and support Penny Mordaunt, and then they could have voted for her. But I don't think they did that. He warned that those members who remain will be less inclined to campaign for their local candidate at the next election, making a Labour victory more likely. I mean, plug it into my veins right here. It came as Michael Fabricant, who is a worse version of Donald Trump and Boris Johnson combined, saying the MP for Lichfield, who supported Boris Johnson's bid to lead the party, said he abhors political coronations, saying they inevitably get it wrong. I mean, I guess you could argue that with Theresa May, but was David Cameron the right choice? Was Boris Johnson the right choice? Was Liz Truss the right choice? Yet to be seen. Dozens of Tory members claimed on Twitter they had left the party, with some saying they would join Nigel Farage's Reform Party. Now, if we look at the rules around the Tory party membership, which is members play an active role, blah, 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 they can attend conference and receive voting rights in party elections after 3 months of membership. So even if they're mad now, they can cancel membership, they can come back, as long as it's 3 months before any sort of leadership contest and vote, which I think 3 months is ridiculously generous. I think it should be like a year, to show you're actually committed to the party and not some sort of saboteur. And you got this from Isabel Oakeshott. It said literally hundreds of people joined Reform UK today, presumably they're former Tory supporters who no longer feel that the Conservatives are conservative, small c conservative. Bye Redwall. But the thing is, people kind of laughed at the fact that she said hundreds of people. We don't actually know how big the Tory membership base is. I think it's in the tens of thousands. So them losing, members isn't a disaster in terms of politically. But the thing is, people that typically are members, they would go and campaign for the party as volunteers, stuff like that. These are hardcore, Tories, or, if you have a Labour membership, you're normally a hardcore Labour fan. And so the point being is that the Tories have lost a lot of grassroots support, and grassroots support is important to win any election, because you need to get out the vote, which means you have to not only convince people to go to the polls, which can be difficult, the UK doesn't have the best turnout, but also you have to convince people to vote for you, which is, again, increasingly difficult. So the fact that, they're joining the Reform Party, even if the Reform Party take a few percentage points off the Tories in certain key races, that really does damage the Tories. And the fact that the Tories aren't doing well anyways. So it could be the case that people will vote for the Reform Party instead of the Conservative Party, and neither will win a seat. It could be the Lib Dems who won it, or even Labour who win that seat, which would be great news for us, because we need to get rid of as many of these kind of conservative politicians as possible, electorally speaking, obviously. But yeah, I'm genuinely happy at this news. Obviously, another right-wing extremist party is not what you want to see, but under a first-past-the-post system, they don't really have a chance. If we ever move to a PR system, then I'll be concerned. Then I'll be really concerned, because that really puts the cat amongst the pigeons. Because then these parties, if they can win, 5 and 10% of the vote, which isn't impossible, that's when they'll get MPs in, and that's when they'll cause us problems. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.